Welcome to this airing of candidate videos produced by League of Women Voters Bloomington, with a special thank you to the City of Bloomington for the video production. For over 100 years, League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization that never endorses candidates or political parties. In these videos, you will hear candidates running for the City of Bloomington City Council, Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Terms of office for Districts 1 and 2 will be 2 years, for Districts 3 and 4 will be 4 years. As a result of the 2020 census, some boundary lines of the City Council districts have changed. City Council members elected in this year's election will begin their terms in January 2024.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Lohman. I want to thank the residents of Bloomington for electing me to represent the 1st District. Now, I am the longest serving council member. I am proud to be a founding member of the Sustainability Commission and serve in many capacities to represent my district in the city. During the day, I'm a business analyst with the Minneapolis Federal Reserve Bank, and I am recently elected the president-elect of the Bloomington Noon Rotary Club. I grew up here in Bloomington, and I am a graduate of Bloomington Kennedy High School. My wife moved here over 8 years ago. We have a daughter, and we are eagerly awaiting our second child to be born any day now. Bloomington has become an international city that is a host to the world, a welcoming place where people want to be. Just a couple of weeks ago, we hosted our sister city, Izumi, from Japan, and I had the opportunity to drive them through our neighborhoods and to talk about our remarkable city. As I knocked on doors again this year, I'm reminded of the first time and the many requests and questions that I receive when I'm knocking on doors. I remember it like it was yesterday. Something needs to be done with our restaurants selections in the city. Businesses and residents alike told me that they were looking to have a more enjoyable experience. It occurs to me as I took our Japanese guests to Loman's Plaza on the west side of the 1st District. This is an example of one of the many accomplishments we were able to achieve together over this past many years. As I walked our guests around and showed them the 4 new restaurants and about a food truck entrepreneur who set up his shop next to a gas station, I'm reminded of the changes that we have seen across the city. Our guests were treated to the unmistakable diamond service hospitality that we find across the city. And that's why we received in a nationwide survey, Bloomington was ranked as 36th most livable city in the United States. I will continue to put Bloomington first as a policymaker and keep fighting for Bloomington. I am thankful that residents have been willing to return me to council, and that is why when we have shared values, I will continue to seek support across the political landscape. While it was several decades ago that I grew up in a single-parent family here on the east side with my mom and siblings, it was not too easy. I'm reminded of one of the core values that our group of us who helped to shape the new mission for the city of Bloomington. And what we came up with was this idea that safety and security are critical components of a resilient and healthy community. These have been challenging times for many who have lost someone to COVID and others who have been out of work. My heart goes out to those who are grinding paycheck to paycheck because I have been there. Or to those who are living in their home or apartment or fixed income facing higher inflation. While I know for many of you, the past levy increase has had a major impact on you personally, we must consider the full picture. I checked the levy carefully, and I found that unfortunately, it was necessary for creating a safer and more welcoming Bloomington for businesses and individuals, that they are the heart of our economic future. That's why I'm proud to have moved and supported a levy which 68% was devoted to public safety last year. I fought for 2 youth positions and on the Sustainability Commission. to ensure that they have a seat at the table around their future inheritance. I worked to draft the language and pass the critical climate emergency declaration. I wish I had more time to discuss the Veterans Memorial Park or public schools, but we must move on. I mentioned before that I was selected to be a part of the commission that helps to put together our strategic plan. That process was unique in that it included residents, and all proposed recommendations would be presented to the council, made using consensus form of decision making. The mission that that group came up was, and that they proposed to the council, was to cultivate an enduring and remarkable community where people want to be. If you believe in what we have accomplished over the last several years and are excited about the direction of the city, I hope that I will have your support. Our best days are ahead of us, and I look forward to serving you in the next.
Hi, I'm Al Nord. I'm running for City Council in District 1. As a lifelong resident of Bloomington, I care deeply for the city. I think we can all agree that Bloomington has done a fantastic job keeping the streets clean, building a strong police and fire department, and the City Works Department is second to none when it comes to snow removal, getting the streets back into shape after a harsh winter, and taking care of all the things we can't see. My goal of getting elected is to continue to supply Bloomington with all the great amenities we have come to enjoy. When I first thought about running, part of that was the feeling the council was not listening to the people. But after paying close attention to the council, they definitely do listen. I believe the issue may be they have an agenda that they are trying to accomplish, and sometimes fail to see that may not be what the majority of the people want. This comes from a council that very rarely has a dissenting vote. While we can all agree that a good idea is easy to vote for, it is when we start thinking all of our ideas are good, it may be time to get a different perspective. I would like to be that perspective, so please vote for me on November 7th. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, you can email me at al@alforbloomington.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Nelson, and I'm running for re-election for the City Council seat in District 2. I've had the honor to serve our community for the last 5.5 years, and I hope to earn your support again this year. I've lived in Bloomington for over 20 years, and when I first ran 6 years ago, I talked about how my wife Ann and I were raising our 2 teenage daughters in this wonderful community, with the great parks, the schools, and all the wonderful people that live here. Well, now Ann and I are empty nesters, with one daughter in college and the other living in Burnsville. I'm so proud of the young women that they have turned out to be. Bloomington proved to be a great place to raise our family. I am running for re-election to build on Bloomington's recent successes. We have started to update our parks for today and the future, expanded food and entertainment options, diversified our economic development, improved public safety, and fostered new housing options for seniors, families, and workers. My focus has been on what makes our neighborhoods so wonderful to live in, and to nurture and enhance those aspects. The city worked with residents to develop a comprehensive parks master plan. This provides a framework for maintaining and rejuvenating our parks with amenities for people of all ages and abilities. We already added some very popular pickleball courts at Westwood and Dred Scott, along with other improvements to fields, paths, and the concession building. Other updates in the Park Master Plan will include bike skills, dog parks, walking paths and benches, splash pads, and skate parks. These will be distributed throughout the community to make them available to all residents. Our successes with food options are evident with more food trucks, new choices in local restaurants, and a brewery. All of these provide wonderful new opportunities for us to gather with our friends and family right here in Bloomington. We also help local businesses during COVID by providing grants, waiving city fees, and providing flexibility to increase their capacity in business. Looking forward, I will continue my focus on supporting and growing our local businesses, including our local Small Business Incubator and Innovation Center. I am so excited to see what the next generation of entrepreneurs come up with. Bloomington has led and innovated on housing. The Opportunity Housing Ordinance has been a huge success in providing more market rate and affordable housing for workers and families. Our most recent code updates allow the market to provide new options for seniors looking to downsize and families looking to buy their first home. The largest part of our budget is public safety. We have started to transition from a paid on-call fire department, sometimes referred slightly inaccurate to as a volunteer fire department, to a hybrid with full-time firefighters on duty. This will improve the number of firefighters that can quickly respond to a call. The City Council has also strongly supported our police department, and it is at full strength, which is not true in many other cities. We also have embedded social workers and crime prevention specialists to provide the right proactive approaches to keep our community safe. During my time on council, Bloomington has had amongst the lowest increase in tax levy of cities in the South Metro, averaging about 5%. This is lower than Edina, Richfield, Burnsville, and Eagan. It would be even lower, but we made significant investments in the fire and police last year. However, we need to recognize and plan for some serious budget realities. As we add full-time firefighters, maintain our aging roads and infrastructure, and transform our park system, there will be costs. We need to take this challenge seriously and remember that many in our community, particularly seniors on fixed incomes, cannot easily absorb these costs, and we cannot simply cut our way to low tax increases. We need a serious plan to increase revenues without large tax increases, including grants, fee structure changes, and increases in sponsorship and advertising. We need to increase the efficiency and lower the cost in service delivery, and we need to distinguish between our needs and wants. I don't have all the answers. I am committed to having the tough conversations and making the difficult decisions. I love Bloomington. It was a great community to raise our daughters, and I look forward to the time that my wife and I can now spend in the parks and at events and restaurants now that we're empty nesters. I am running for re-election to build on our successes and be a place that will attract young families, support and maintain our older residents, and be a community that welcomes all people. If this is the type of community you would like, please vote for Sean Nelson in District 2. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lona D'Alessandro, your current City Council member for Bloomington's District 3. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for giving me this opportunity to share with you why I believe I can earn your first choice vote for re-election to this office on or before November 7th. I first ran for this office in 2021 because I believed we needed a leader that could be proactive and innovative about the way that we serve this community. And since my time in office, we have made significant investments and prioritized what residents, through unprecedented community engagement, have said was most important to them. First and foremost, we've prioritized public safety. We have funded more officers, new equipment, and improved technologies for our Bloomington Police Department. We've even upgraded the jail. We've in the process of converting our fire department to a full-time staff complement of 75 first responders with 60 paid on-call firefighters in support, and have created a new fire station at 84th Street to house them. We're advising as well on the implementation of a comprehensive traffic calming program that is supported neighborhood by neighborhood through interaction with you to make our roads safer for our kids and our children and our families through your support. Second, we've prioritized business innovation. Soon we'll be opening our Small Business Development Center on East 86th Street. It'll be focused on equitable entrepreneurship and creativity and will be available to all residents. We now have food trucks and a brewery and the ability through the expanded Port Authority to use public dollars to help businesses start, grow, and thrive here in Bloomington. And finally, and most importantly to me, we're focused on climate change and natural resources. For the first time in the city's history, we have a dedicated Natural Resources Management Office that can focus all of our support efforts. We have the first 3 of our 97 parks in design, and those parks will be improved with amenities that you stated were important to you, like inclusive playgrounds, accessible bathrooms, and better tree canopy. And finally, we have focused on our commercial buildings by asking them to participate in an energy audit to help us control greenhouse gas emissions. We're doing that on the residential side as well through our time of sale auditing that allows you to understand how you can improve the residential stock throughout the city. I am proud of the role that I have played in ensuring that this city is working on the issues and ideas that you, our neighbors, have said are important to you. If you re-elect me this November, you can be assured that I will continue to champion our work as a leader in sustainable community practices. I will continue to advocate that we remove barriers that might prevent revitalization of our community commercial nodes. I'll work to innovate ways to support our seniors and the families that care about them in areas like public health, transportation, and housing services. And I'll advocate for fiscal property policies that are community-centered, equitable and fair, and deliver measurable positive outcomes throughout the city. But most importantly, I will continue to listen and engage with you. To date, I have had thousands of conversations with residents and businesses and have never shied away from the opportunity to talk to someone who even may disagree with me. I have gone on a ride-along every month since December of 2021 with our Bloomington Police Department because I care to understand firsthand about what's important to the state's finest police officers. And I have attended hundreds of community conversations and events, from our Pride and Juneteenth celebrations to our Memorial Day parade, from our Diamond Service Awards to our Public Works open house, from our parks planning conversations to representing the city on the Chamber of Commerce board and the Minnesota Cities Climate Coalition. I've enjoyed all of these moments of conversation and learning because being available and of service to you remains the most enjoyable part of this job. I'm honored to be your current City Council member and would be honored to earn your first choice vote on or before November 7th. For more information about me, my campaign, and my vision for our future, please visit www.voteforlona.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mike Hartley, and I'm running for City Council District 3. I have called Bloomington home for the last 26 years. It's where my wife Mary and I raised our 2 children who went on to graduate from Kennedy High School. I've served this community in many ways, a coach, a volunteer, and as a police officer and police administrator. I believe balanced leadership is needed on our current City Council. Healthy debate, transparency, and a consideration of all sides of an issue is what I will bring if elected. It's what makes effective and trusting governance. I will be accountable to the residents and business owners that I serve. I will not bring a political party's platform to the council where it causes divisiveness amongst the community who are simply looking for their local needs to be met. Local government should be about serving all the residents, regardless of those that wear similar stripes. People should always come before a political party. Trust in government begins with transparency. I brought it to the police department as chief because I was proud of the work that our officers did and welcome the public to see that firsthand. A common concern from the residents that I have spoken to thus far is our ability to fund the proposed future spending and the financial impacts it will have on our residents and business community. As a deputy chief and then chief, I managed an annual $28 million budget responsibly and never forgetting who that money belonged to. It earned me the nickname of Deputy Chief, but we funded the best police department in the state, and we focused on the needs and not always the wants. No different than how most of you manage your own personal finances. We have an aging housing stock and infrastructure. Some of our facilities are outdated and in need of upgrades or replacement. As with any other city, we have limited means to pay for this, and decisions must be made with public input and support. Managing these financial investments will take leadership and the ability to assess what core services should take priority. Not every idea or program is a good one, and what worked yesterday may not be the best option for today, and certainly not for tomorrow. We need to continue to encourage responsible housing development that takes into account the impacts on our current or existing neighborhoods. I will support our business community and create a climate that invites future development so that Bloomington remains competitive as a destination city for all. Community safety is vital for the quality of one's life, and a lack of can have a ripple effect on the local economy and enjoyment of city amenities. I obviously have a soft spot for our local police department and will do all I can to support them and other city staff to create a working environment that is second to none. It was an honor to serve this community for 25 years as a police officer and administrator. If I'm elected, I would bring the same approach that this community has come to expect from me, one of common sense that respects the people I serve regardless of race, sexual orientation, or views on any given issue. I have never been comfortable talking about myself, and I believe that one's reputation should speak louder than words. That is why my video is about 2 minutes shorter than others. I would like the chance to earn your support and serve you as your District 3 City Council member. Please visit my website at hartley4bloomington.com. That's Hartley, the number 4, Bloomington.com. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Isaac. I am a candidate for the 4th District. I'm running for council because I care about Bloomington and the future of District 4. I know we can be proud of the work we have done together here in Bloomington. As a candidate with a community organizing and small business ownership experience and background, I'll be focused on engaging our community, listening, and continuing the progress that has been made over the years. My campaign specifically focuses on Safer Bloomington Initiative, which includes safer community, housing, fiscal responsibility, economic development, and recreational improvement of our recreational spaces, such as the park system. Together, we can explore investing in our housing, small businesses, startups, and support improving our recreational facilities and enhancing our safer community initiative. We will work to create a city where all residents can thrive. I am someone with community organizing and small business ownership experience and background. Therefore, I know what it takes to improve systems, advocate for people that need services, as well as inform people what's happening at the council. First, when I get elected, the first 90 days of taking office, I will start engaging the community and coming to your neighborhoods instead of you coming to our council chambers. As a council member, I'll implement district focus initiative, which specifically will inform you about the day-to-day events and the businesses at the council. I will be an advocate for you and your neighborhoods. So I want you to give me a chance to serve the community, trust me, and I know that I can put the district at the right path. I can advocate for the district, and we have a bright future together as a one district and one city. Bloomington is in a trajectory of development. We have to look forward to the future. We have came so far. We can't afford to stay where we are or look back. We have to keep moving forward. We are known for as a welcoming city, welcoming the strangers, loving our neighbors, being tolerant to each other. We want to honor that and continue improving the livelihoods of our seniors and our community here in Bloomington. Additionally, I will focus on, as a candidate and council member, things that make our communities better, things that bring us together, not what divides us. As a one city, as a one district, District 4 will be in good hands when I get elected. Thank you.
Thank you to the candidates for appearing in these videos. Thank you, audience, for viewing these videos. Voters, remember to vote in the general election on or before November 7th. To learn more about voting, registering to vote, and the boundaries of your city council district, go to the Minnesota Secretary of State's website at mnvotes.org. To read candidates' answers to questions, go to the League of Women Voters sponsored website at vote411.org.